Today we are going to change the oil on a RZR S 900. It is important to start by checking your owner's manual for instructions and safety information for your specific machine. Ours says that you should change the oil and oil filter every 100 hours or 1,000 miles. Now the tools you're going to need for this job are 3 quarts of oil, a new oil filter, and then we recommend a new crush washer for your drain plug. Everything needed for this oil change can be found at RockyMountainATVMC.com. We also have kits available that provide everything needed to complete the oil change. Just select your vehicle into the parts finder and you're on your way. For the first step, we suggest that you start your vehicle. This will suspend any contaminants in the oil and also make it easier to drain. We've also got our machine up on ramps right now. This will make it easier to access the drain bolt underneath. You'll want to safely support your machine to avoid injury to yourself, your machine, or your shop. Now we can move underneath the vehicle and locate the drain plug at the crankcase. This machine features the Tusk Quiet Glide UHMW skid plate, which has pre-cut holes to give easier access to the drain bolt. You can then use your 6mm Allen head to loosen up the drain bolt. And then with your drain pan in place, you can back the drain plug out the rest of the way until the oil comes out. Also, you want to make sure that while removing the drain plug that the crush washer doesn't get stuck up into the casing. Now we're going to move back up to the cab of the machine to remove the seats and gain access to the access panel. Then to get to the oil filter, we will pull the access panel up and away from the machine. Now we are ready to remove the oil filter. We are going to put a rag underneath the filter to try and catch any oil that might spill out as we remove it. Next, we are going to use our oil filter wrench, which can be found on our website, to loosen up the oil filter. Once the filter is loose, you can usually go ahead and unscrew it the rest of the way by hand until the filter comes off. Now we're going to use a rag to clean the sealing surface so the new filter can make a good seal. Our next step is to lubricate the new oil filter. You'll want to make sure that the O-ring is in good condition, then get some fresh oil and lubricate the whole O-ring of the new filter. Now we are ready to install the new filter. You'll want to screw it in until the O-ring touches the sealing surface of the case and then tighten it 1/2 turn past that point. Now we are going to get the drain plug ready for reinstallation. Since we went with the Tusk oil change kit, it comes with a new crush washer to replace the old one. This is also a good time to inspect the threads of your drain plug and make sure they're in good condition. If they're not, you should go ahead and replace it. Now we are ready to reinstall the drain plug under the vehicle. We're going to use a rag to clean the sealing surface of the casing so the bolt can make a good seal, and then thread the bolt up into the case. You want to make sure and start this by hand to avoid cross-threading, and then once you get it snug, we'll torque it down to 12 foot-pounds. Next, we will move up to the rear access panel found in the bed of the vehicle. Once removed, you'll want to locate your oil fill cap so we can start putting oil back into the machine. We will then use a clean funnel to fill the machine with 2.5 quarts of oil. Once you have finished with the 2.5 quarts of oil, you can remove the funnel and reinstall your oil fill cap. Next, we will move up to the cab and start the engine of the machine. Doing this will give you a chance to check for leaks and also to circulate the oil through the engine. Once you have ran the engine for about 30 seconds, you can then shut it off and we'll move on to check the oil level. The dipstick for this machine can be found near the oil filter at the access panel in the cab. You'll want to make sure to wait at least 15 seconds after stopping the engine before pulling out the dipstick. Once you have, you can then pull the dipstick out, wipe it off, reinstall it completely, and then check the oil level. You can see that our oil level is in the safe zone on the dipstick. You'll want to make sure and add or remove oil to get your machine's level in the safe zone as well before riding. Now you can reinstall both your access panels and then reinstall your seats and you're ready to ride. Remember that all the parts needed for proper machine maintenance and more can be found at RockyMountainATVMC.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more how-to and product spotlight videos.